Hello. Home with Mama Sue and
Harold.
Yep.
I almost forgot.
Yep, we're here today. We just wanted to come on for a few minutes and give you some updates. I want to thank y'all for praying for Blake. I've tried to give updates every day, and you've just been so gracious and loving. And Sunday, I was pretty down.
Right.
Uh, he just went down so fast Sunday, and I, I really just didn't know the outcome.
And being 360 miles away doesn't help.
That's
you
the
can't.
truth.
There's not a lot we can do when we are down there, but we can at least be there. And
Yeah. And Amy and Chris, when he's in the hospital, it's hard. It's hard all the time. But when he's in the hospital, it's easier if he can be in the hospital close to their home there at St. Tammany. But they had to transfer him across the lake. And that makes it doubly hard because there's more kids at home. And Chris has to work. So what he does is he stays at night at the hospital, and then he gets up and drives to work. Amy takes kids to school and heads to the hospital. So, it's been that way for 2 weeks almost.
yeah. Well, yeah.
2 weeks. Because he was, Sunday, we were expecting him to get to come home Monday. They had said, we're going to take him off the vent, and if he maintains, he can go home tomorrow. And that's when his fever spiked. I don't know what was the cause of the infection, but praise God, the fever's gone. And the news this morning is that they're going to take him off the vent today, and if he's able to maintain oxygen and everything goes well, possibly he can come home tomorrow. And that's what we're praying for.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your prayers. I think we told them that our daughter Amy and her husband, who live next door to us or behind us, they're in the middle of remodeling their house.
Not actually in the middle of it yet.
They're more
just
at the
getting
beginning.
started. They've almost completed the exterior renovation, and they're going to, I guess you would say, gut about 2/3 or more of the downstairs, a 2-story house. Redo all of that, and then, but that hasn't started yet. That should start any day now on the demolition part of it. So while that's going on, they're living here with us, with Amy and Sean, grandson, their son Zach, and his son Mason, and then
Griffin.
their other son Griffin will come in from South Alabama, University of South Alabama. He'll be in tomorrow, so there'll be 5 extra people here in the house for a while. So things sometimes get crowded. So mid-mornings is usually a quiet time for us. So that's kind of what's going on now, the quiet during the storm.
But we've talked. They've been here. It'll be 2 weeks. While we were in Louisiana is when they moved their clothes.
Yeah, week and a half.
A week and a half
right now. Yeah.
And it has been
relatively uneventful.
It has been.
It's fun to have them here. Our house is set up such that it's almost divided in halves. They have bedrooms and bathrooms and all down on that end there, and then our bedroom and bath is all up this way, and you don't have to be on top of each other. They all work, so daytimes are quiet. And
Mason's in preschool. Now, I do know during the Christmas break, he won't be, and they won't be working, but you know what?
We'll figure it out.
It's going to be fun because, after we refinish the porch to make a sunroom, That's like two living spaces. So if they want to get away from us or we want to get away from them,
And all of us have vehicles too, so we can.
yeah. And you remember, Harold, years ago when we were building the house that Amy and Sean are in now. We built that house.
Lived with your mother.
We lived with my mother in a 2-bedroom house.
Right.
And
survived it.
we did. And the thing about it is Harold taught and coached. So he wasn't ever home.
Yeah,
I taught, but I came home with the kids.
That was, and if I remember, that was during football season, I think. So I would leave early and come in late. So anyway, it can be done, and we're going to do it, and we're going to make it happen, and everything's going to be fine.
It's great. It really is great. But reminder, this Friday, December the 15th, is the last day for my merchandise to be ordered. Cookbooks, necklaces, and such, and guarantee a delivery by Christmas.
Okay.
I mean, Angela...
Guarantee as much as is possible.
That's right. That's right. Angela and Melissa will still be shipping next week. But you know, the closer to Christmas, the busier the postal service is.
So this Friday,
This Friday,
get it ordered. If you want
before
something.
then. That's what I would do if that's what you want to order, like for a Christmas gift or something like that. If you're not worried about it, you know.
Yeah, and they're not going to work during the week of Christmas.
No, I told them nobody's going to work that week.
We don't want anybody at the office. They need time away.
That's right.
They spend more hours than probably they ought to there anyway.
They really do. We're blessed to have good help. Good, not good. Great people working for us. And, you know, I still say God knew. God knew before I knew that I was going to need them.
He set that up. We were reading, Sue and I were reading this morning. In our Bible reading, we finished the Old Testament.
New Testament.
Excuse me, correct. We finished the New Testament last week. Since we've started reading our Bibles together every morning. And so we were just kind of in a...
Where we're going to
go. So whatever, we fell on the book of Esther. And both of us know a little bit of the history about the book of Esther, but we were looking at it, and before we started the actual reading, talking about what happened on. And the book of Esther is a great example of when God knows a situation before we know a situation, and He prepares the background to be able to handle what's coming in the future. If you have never read the book of Esther, it's a wonderful read. It's a wonderful story of God's provision for the children of Israel in a time that was coming that none of them knew about. Mm-mm. But he provided the answer to their upcoming problem before they knew there wasn't going to be a problem. So that's kind of what we're talking about. God set Esther up as the queen, and God took care of us with this business before we knew there was going to be a problem. He set it up, had to keep it working, and we, that's something.
I mean, I know without one shadow of doubt
we wouldn't be here making a video today to you.
Because I would have had to stop during my cancer. And I'm so thankful that God knew. And when Miss Annie came and talked to me, that we listened. Yeah. We could have said, we can handle this. We could have said, we don't really have the money to hire anybody. But sometimes you have to see what happened and realize it was God.
One of the ladies in Sunday school this week mentioned that if God told us the full plan beforehand,
we wouldn't.
Apt as not, we wouldn't take the first step.
That's right.
We would say, no, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But then we would miss what's on the far end of that plan.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Which is the wonderful blessing.
That's right.
So, you be salt and light.
Yes, but I want to show them something. I want to show them something.
Yeah.
I know this is Home with Mama Sue, but y'all know that I love y'all sweet tea and coffee and their. I love everything that they've come out with.
I put y'all sweet tea, one of the seasonings, in onion dip last night, and sat in my chair and ate onion dip and chips.
The sweet honey barbecue. Sweet barbecue.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Seasoning.
And he said,
"Come taste this."
Yeah. And I thought, what is it? It looks a strange color because it was the orangey. And he said, isn't that good? And it was good. But what I'm here to show you is something new. I have their original tea pitcher. But y'all, this one is new. You may not can tell, but you can see through it.
It's translucent.
Is it okay? He's used the big word. And you know, in the white one, if you look down in there, you could tell where the 4 cups of ice should go.
The lines.
The lines. But this, you can see that that's 4 cups right there. You might not. You can. But anyway, they thought this is an improvement, and you can't get the old white ones anymore.
Can you get this right now from y'all sweet tea?
I'm pretty sure, unless they've sold out.
Order them, folks. Order them. Inundate them.
But I'm going to tell you, I use both of them because I'm going to have a lot of people at our house Friday. A lot of ladies. A lot of ladies. And I have to make 2 gallons of tea. So I'll use my new pitcher and my old pitcher. Now you can, I'm pretty sure that you could use the code SUE to get 10% off unless they're having a sale that's greater than 10%. But y'all, these guys are real. I love both of them just like they're my grandchildren. I could be their grandmother, and I didn't know them up until 2.5 years ago, and they've proven that they're family people and they work so hard. But anyway, we're so glad that you're with us today. I'd like for them to comment. And I want you to tell me, I know it has nothing to do with what we've talked about today, but I want you to tell me, what is your favorite Christmas tradition? My favorite Christmas tradition that didn't begin until 1996 that's the year my mother passed away, and we always had Christmas Eve with my mother. I'm an only child, and Harold and I and Amy and Chris and Sean would go, and we'd have Christmas Eve there. Well, the year she passed away that April, my best friend Jane invited us to come to their house for Christmas Eve. And we ate and we played games and we stayed way too late, but it became a tradition. The next year I had the rights over, and then we alternate years, and that's my favorite Christmas tradition. Okay. So I would love to know yours. I don't want to waste your time anymore. We've talked way too much.
I was wondering how we got off schedule. If we were at Jane's house in 96, and that's an even year, and we're going to Jane's house.
There's a leap year somewhere down in there. No, that. Okay, let's go before people think I'm crazy. I don't know how we did, but it's a tradition that I love.
It's not our year. They're not coming over here.
We had it last year.
Okay, so we are.
That's right. But anyway, I hope that y'all were enjoying the time leading up to Christmas. Don't get stressed.
That shows you your tradition doesn't have to make a whole lot of sense. You can do it however you want to do it because
it's
yours.
Even if it's leap year. Oh, I hope I've caused you to laugh because I caught myself. That didn't make a bit of sense. But anyway, be salt and light wherever you go. And Harold and I will be back soon.
Bye-bye.